Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today is my birthday and I'm very excited to share some news with you guys. So as you guys can see by the title, I'm here to share with you guys my new brush set with Sigma Beauty. Now I've been on this platform for a long time and a lot has changed over the years, but one thing has always been true, and that is my love for Sigma Beauty brushes. We did a brush set a couple years back. If you guys have been here that long, that's so amazing. And we did sell out, and I actually had a lot of questions about the brush set and if it would be coming back. Unfortunately, no, we're not going to be relaunching that brush set because I wanted to make another selection of my favorite brushes. So you guys know I have been repping Sigma and using Sigma brushes for years now. They are my favorite brush brand. They're the most durable brush brand in my collection. I still use all of my old favorites from my past set, but my makeup style has definitely changed since then. That was like the full glam era of my life, and now I've kind of moved into, along with a lot of people I think, a more simplistic makeup routine, a lot more cream products and just quick easy looks, and I've been working a lot more, so I need something quick and easy. So for this set, we're calling it the Minimalist set, and that is because I chose 3 brushes. I wanted to keep it simple, and with these brushes you could do a full glam look, but you could also do a quick, easy out the door look. So I'm really excited to open this up and share with you guys which brushes are in here. I'll never get over seeing my face on any kind of product. I still have my old brush set up on display, and now this guy is going up there as well. So if you guys purchase this brush set, you're gonna get a little card with the brush descriptions and also a little message from me and my 3 most used Sigma brushes. I'm gonna start off with the one you guys might think is boring, but let me explain to you why it's not. This is the Sigma F80 Air Kabuki. Sigma is very famous for their F80 Kabuki, to which I also say I love it. But I love this more. Now, maybe it's just me, but sometimes I can find a duo fiber brush to be a little bit boring. It took me a while to really discover all of the uses that this is good for, and then once I discovered its main use in my collection, there was no going back, and there's been no going back. And I do have 2 of them. This is now going to be my 3rd, but I do have 2 of them that I rotate between, and they're one of my most used brushes. I'm cleaning them all the time, and that's because I use this brush for primer. I still think a lot of people think it's weird to use a brush for primer because I'm always getting questions about it. Literally every time I use a brush, people are asking me what brush I'm using, why am I using a brush, and it really is a very simple answer. Well, there's 2 answers. One is I don't want to get primer all over my hands. I don't really like getting my hands dirty when it comes to doing my makeup. You guys may know I am actually obsessed with gripping primer. I love it so much. I think I did a whole video on my favorite gripping primers, but gripping primer is sticky and I do not like using my fingers for it. I also feel like if you do use a brush with gripping primer, you get a much more even base. And then I also really just don't like touching my face if I can help it, because I do think if you use tools instead of your fingers, it can help you to not break out as much. At least me personally, the more I'm touching my face with like the oils and stuff on my hands, I feel like the more I break out. So this helps me for so many reasons. This is my primer brush for the most part, and I can't live without it. So that is why I chose this brush. That was a very long-winded explanation. And of course I had to choose an eye brush because it's not a complete look without eye makeup, in my opinion. So I chose the E27 Detail Blending. So this is the baby sister, I like to call it, of the E25 blending brush, which has been a favorite of mine for years. It was in my other Sigma favorites set, but this is much more compact. It's very tiny, so it fits in small crevices like the crease really, really well, but it still has that white hair, so it's very good at dispersing product evenly without having like patchiness or too much product or too little product. This is an absolute staple in my collection. You can pick up glitter with it, you can pack shadow on the lid with it, you can blend with it, you can do everything with it, which makes it the ultimate eye brush. It's also small enough to get like underneath your eyes without getting shadow all the way down your face. It's not too big. And I will demonstrate today. I use it along liner, so to smoke out liner, because it is nice and small. So there's just endless uses again for this eye brush. And then we have the brush of all Sigma brushes, the F47. This is the multitasker brush, so you guessed it, it's like the ultimate multitasking face brush. This is my favorite foundation brush of all time. It does outdo the F80 Kabuki for me, and that is because of the angle, but also because you can use it for a ton more than just foundation. This is really, really good for blending out cream products. The angle of this is perfect to get into small areas like underneath your eyes, around your nose, and also the surface area is big enough to where you're gonna cover a lot of space with your foundation, and it really does help you get out the door quicker. Unless I'm specifically going out of my way to test another foundation brush, this is the brush that I'm using every single time that I do my makeup. So if you guys want to pick up my minimalist brush set, it is $50 and it's available now. Now that is a savings of about $16. I tried to get my best discount for you guys. It is pre-discounted, so discount codes do not apply to influencer sets because they do already have a discount applied to them. And also because it's exactly $50, it is going to ship free within the United States. Now, it wouldn't be a birthday video without some birthday glam. You guys know I love a nice neutral glam look, so I'm going to share with you guys how to get this look with my 3 brushes from the Minimalist brush set. Before I get started on my birthday eye look, I want to prime my face. One of the best uses for this F80 Air Kabuki is primer in general, but the best primer in my opinion to use with this is gripping primer because it saves your hands a huge sticky mess. And I like to do gripping primer a few minutes before I actually put my face makeup on, so we're gonna do this first and then move on to my eyes. Let this kind of baste for a while before I go over with foundation. The fibers of this brush make it perfect for skincare, primer, and all of that, as well as makeup. It's a very multi-use brush, but I love the way that primer applies with it. And if you guys follow me on any of my other social media, then you've definitely seen me apply primer with this brush. It's one of my most asked questions. We're gonna let that sit and get nice and tacky while I move on to the eye makeup. Moving on to eyes, we're gonna be doing the eye look with the E27. This right here, Chef's Kiss. It's my favorite blending brush of all time, and I couldn't have enough of these. I want 10 of them. I'm gonna start off by just giving my lids a nice cream matte white base for the shadows to blend into each other. I've always been a fan of white hair blending brushes, and I really like Sigma's in particular because all of Sigma's brushes are synthetic, meaning they are vegan and cruelty free. They are not real animal hair, and I much prefer that. And I honestly think the synthetic hairs work better than real animal hair anyways. Taking the same brush, I'm gonna go into a darker brown shade. It's like a medium tone brown. And I'm going to start working that into the outer corner, a little tiny bit up into the crease. This is where this brush just really comes in handy because you can do so much crease work without having to really think about it. Next, I'm taking an even darker brown shade with just the tip of this brush, tapping off the excess, and I'm going to work this into the outer portion and the inner portion of the lid. For the sake of this video, I'm using my Sigma switch and I'm cleaning off the bristles of this brush because I'm about to go in with a light shimmer, but I honestly do have more than one, so I would just grab another clean one, but I want to show you that you could do this whole look with one brush if you only have this one. I want to put a subtle glitter into the center of the lid, so I'm just tapping with the side of the brush, kind of letting it go all over the brown, and this will just look really good in pictures later. The next part of this look that I've been doing is eyeliner, so I'm going to do that and I'll be back to show you how I smoke it out. Okay, so I did a little half wing or 3/4 wing with liquid liner. Then I'm going to take the same brush, I'm dipping in with some black eyeshadow on the very, very tip of the brush. I am going to tap off, and starting small, I'm going to tap right over where I did my eyeliner, just to set down the liner with this shadow. This actually gives such an interesting look once you have lashes on. It's almost like there's a shadow above your liner, which is what I've been loving. Continuing to stamp, but allowing the shadow to go just a tiny bit above the liner. Then just taking the very tip of the brush, I am going to go back and forth super, super gently over that liner. And of course, this look is a little bit more complicated than an everyday look, but what I love so much about this brush is you can put whatever on the lid, blend it out, and go with one brush, whether it's like a cream stick shadow or anything, honestly. One shadow, one bronze shadow all over the lid, and head out the door. All right, I'm gonna add my lashes and then we'll be back to do the face makeup. So time to move on to my face makeup. Hopefully we can cover up some of this redness. For face, lately I have been mixing, so I'm mixing a full coverage foundation and a tinted moisturizer on my mixing plate, and I'm gonna take my favorite brush, you guys. This is the best part. The F47. This brush truly, it is its name. It's a multitasking brush. You can use it for literally everything. I use it for everything. So I'm mixing together these two foundations, and then my technique lately for foundation has also been a little bit different. I think I talked about this in a TikTok, but I actually start in the perimeter, the outside of my face. So just dotting the foundation, and that's where I will blend. So starting, this is a little bit more full coverage probably than I was expecting, but I'm gonna blend it down my neck, so no worries. But I do the outside first and then I move my way onto the inside, because areas like my upper lip and my nose, that's where foundation breaks up on me. So I actually like to have that area be the most light coverage, and the rest it's fine being full coverage. And this brush does have like a curve to it, so you can take the skinny edge to like get around your brows or under your eyes, and then take the bigger side when you're working in bigger areas. Next, I'm taking my favorite concealer at the moment, and I'm gonna pop some under eye concealer down to cover up some tiredness from my week, and also go up the side of my face a little bit. Knock on wood, I have not been breaking out, so I don't have anything to cover right now, which is crazy. So I'm going in with the tip of the multitasker and just going up along here to clean up underneath my winged liner. And then for close to my eye, I like to tilt the brush sideways. It gets up nice and close to that inner corner. This is much more full coverage than I intended for today, but we're gonna make it work. I'm taking this very subtle cream bronzer with the multitasker and just going up the side of my cheekbone to warm up the face a little bit. I feel like my foundation is a tiny bit light. Then I know I'm not wearing any, but on my birthday, I really love pink. I wanted to get my nails done pink. I just haven't had time. So I am gonna use a nice pink liquid blush, and a little bit of this goes a long way. So I'm gonna do one tap on each cheek. One little dot up here and one little dot over here. And I'm taking the good old multitasker, and we're gonna buff that sort of up the cheekbone, a little bit under the eye. Again, with tapping motions. I just love pink blush. I'm feeling completely naked without lips, so let me get a lip color on. For some final touches, I'm gonna take a little bit of brown eyeshadow, and I'm gonna go underneath the eye. And finish up with some mascara. So I am gonna take a little bit more glitter because it's my birthday, and I'm gonna tap that onto the lid. Alright, you guys, so this is the completed go-to neutral birthday glam of the day. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little tutorial. If you guys do decide to pick up my minimalist set, please tag me in anything that you post or shoot me a DM. I love to see it, and thank you so much, Sigma, for allowing me to put together a box of my favorites again. Thank you guys so much for watching. All of the details will be listed in the description box down below, and hopefully I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye, guys.